Hi everyone, lovely to see you. This has been another difficult day. I want to talk to you about the interview that Dr. Phil did with the rzuceks, that was really emotional, really hard to watch again. Of all the stuff, I mean, a lot of stuff has been hard to watch recently, but that was really hard. Before I start though, I want to apologise. I'm not going to go into the specifics, but I put a video up a while ago saying things that were rumours, which I made a mistake and I should never have done that. I should have got my facts straight and everything before I did, and I want to apologise. I've taken the video down. It's not there anymore. I was asked by a few people to take it down and I have done that simply because particularly after seeing the video, I just felt so bad. Even though it wasn't my opinion, I was only putting out there what I had been told. I shouldn't have done, and I take full responsibility for that, and I shouldn't have done it. I will never do it again, and I just want to apologise to anybody if I offended them, if I upset them, if I hurt them. That was not my intention at all. So that video is gone, as I was asked. I've done it. It's disappeared. It's not there. And again, like I said, that was because of what people thought, what people were saying, but also because of how I felt when I saw the rzuceks this evening. I would not want to put any more pressure or stress or strain on anyone about this whole thing. So I wanted to get that out of the way first, just to make people aware that that has gone. That is over. I will not be going by rumours. I will not be going by hearsay. I will make sure that I have my facts straight before I do this again. So anyway, as I said, I watched the Dr. Phil this evening. I've literally not very long ago stopped watching it. It was horrendous to watch. That poor family have just been through the mill. They have just been through so much, and it was very, very hard to see the emotion there, and which is going to be obvious. That's their family. Their whole family has just been wiped out. They said quite a few things that I said, as far as looking at the children, putting them in the oil tanks and all that kind of thing. The fact that they were probably still warm when they went in there, that is just hideous to think of, because if he did kill them on the oil site, if that was the truth, which again I'm not sure. Also, what got to me was when they were talking about Chris saying that he couldn't remember what he said to Bella when she said, "You're not going to do the same to me as you just did to Cece." Apparently Bella saw Cece being killed and put in the oil tank. And what I got from that was that so Bella sat there and watched, and I was thinking, well, why didn't she run? Why didn't she, the first thing you do when you see that happening is to run. Well, why would she? That was her father. She trusted him. Maybe she didn't believe that this was going on. She didn't know, that poor little girl, that she had to sit there. And that trust in her father is going to outweigh everything, isn't it? The trust you have in your parents outweighs everything. And can you imagine the emotions and the feelings that were going through that poor little girl's head to be in that? Oh, just horrible. But he remembered her saying that. He remembered her saying, "You're not going to do to me what you did to Cece, are you, Daddy?" But he didn't remember how he responded. He didn't remember if he very nastily said yes. That's what he said. He said, "I can't remember if I, in a nasty way, said yes, or whether I didn't say anything and just did it." Well, either is just as bad. But how, if it was that traumatic for him, how does he not remember how he responded to his daughter saying that? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And also, another thing that I needed to talk to you about was when I looked at the interview, when he had the interview with the investigators, that 5-hour interview that we looked at and we talked about. He said that there were 2 trash bags in the car, and they said, what did you use those 2 bin liners and dustbin bags for? And he said he used them to cover up Shanann in the back of the truck. And they said, well, why? And he said, because I didn't want to upset the children. And so he put one bin bag on the front, on the top of her, over her head. And then he put the other one on her feet. And that was to make it easier for the What kind of mind is this? What kind of head thinks that that is going to make things easier, that they're sitting there with their mother on the floor, covered in bin bags, and it just doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't add up. But what I wanted to do was come on and say that my thoughts are with that poor family. They are with the rzuceks, and the fact that the rzuceks were so nice about him. I mean, they did say, I did notice at the end, they did say that if they could go back, they would change it to the death penalty. Apparently, Frank Rzucek wanted the death penalty the whole time, but Sandy didn't. And they all now have decided that if they could go back and they could do all this again, they would go for the death penalty. Completely. I absolutely respect that. I would feel exactly the same way if that was my daughter. I've got the daughter that is younger, about 10 years younger, but still the thought of somebody doing that to my child is just insane. I can't understand that. And she actually, what got to me was that Sandy said that she knew if it hadn't been for her faith, then she'd be gone. She would have topped herself. She would have done away with herself. That's just, look at how many lives this man has ruined. Just because, and he can't even explain it. He even said himself, I don't know. A lot of the time, all he said was, I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know how I was feeling. How has that helped anyone? It doesn't help anyone. He hasn't given any clarification as to what happened, why it happened, how it happened. Not really. And what he has said is completely unbelievable. Even the investigators were not believing what he said. So, and another thing I did mention, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but NK, they asked a lot of questions about her. Now, I found that quite strange that they would be asking, considering that she wasn't supposed to be involved in it. They asked a lot of questions. I think that there may still be something going on with that, for sure. There is definitely, the fact that they asked all those questions for somebody that isn't involved seemed a bit strange. But and there were a couple of things, I'll have to look back and see, but there are a couple of things where I thought, oh my goodness, are they investigating her? Are they at a point where they are going to pull her in? But I will have to look back again and see that for sure. But I did get that impression. So anyway, I just wanted to, as I said, that apology at the beginning, I wanted to say that my heart goes out so much to that poor family. I literally have just stopped watching it. It just ended on the video that I watched, and oh, it's emotional. It's just, I wish I could give them a hug. I wish that I could just give them a hug, just go up to them, hug them, and just tell them how, just that we're all behind them, that we're all with them, that we're there. And the fact that she spoke to her daughter, she spoke to Shanann, kind of, and the children afterwards. She said they came to her, and I completely can see that, absolutely can see that when a mother and child bond, or a father and child, or whatever, is so strong, I completely can see that she would have had that spiritual moment, absolutely. So like I said, I'm going to hopefully do a live later, but I just wanted to talk to you and just say that I am thinking of you all, because I'm sure you've all seen that as well. Hope you're all okay, and I'll speak to you later. You take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.